This birth chart analysis is for okay. You are a Aries, and you also have Moon in Aries. The Moon is the mother. It is how your mom treats you. It's your inner being. It's your emotions, and yours is in Moon is in Aries. So you're probably like a tomboy. Your mother probably put you into sports or was aggressive like that or whatever. And then your fourth house is actually in Pisces, which means you might actually be kind of psychic at home, and things that are weird at home you may think are normal that everyone else thinks is weird or whatever. So you might be more readable at home too, psychically. Your mother showed you unconditional love. You had to learn forgiveness through her, but she might rather do drugs than take responsibility for you, or something like that, or she's kind of schizo-y or delusional or something like that, and she made you be taken care of by different walks of life, and still showed you unconditional love, but just was hard at taking responsibility for you, I guess. But your 10th house is in Virgo, so your reputation is like perfect, and so your rising sign, which is the face, and it's the identity. It's the first house. It's ruled by Aries. It's Aries energy. It's Aries. It's yourself. It's how people are going to perceive you right away. So yours is in Scorpio, and this can mean you come off as intimidating and scary or something, or passionate, or kept to themselves, mysteriously or something. But it's like a barn energy. You come off as this emotional, intense Scorpio rising, which is ruled by sex, death, and transformation, is the Scorpion. And it'll make you look like a Scorpion. And then your Mercury's in Pisces. So you can actually understand the language of heaven. And it's in the fourth house. So Mercury in Pisces. Maybe your mom was very communicative. It could have been a lot of other things like what Mercury is, but your sun signs in Aries. It's in the fifth house, which is ruled by Leo, the narcissist. No offense, but the expressive one. It rules the ego. So does Aquarius. So the polarity of each other. But this is the house of fun, and this is the house of like holidays in your heart, and you might be burnt out in it some more because fire. And your fifth house is in Aries, so every day you have to do things without thinking. You have to survive, and your ego needs attention. I don't know, probably, but it's always about having fun. That's kind of your willpower is your sun sign, and also your Mars, which is ruled by Aries and co-ruled by Scorpio, because Mars is sexual expression, which is co-ruled by Scorpio, and it's also aggression, which is ruled by Aries, which is the war. But in war, death could happen, so it's co-ruled by Scorpio, which rules death. Your Mars is actually in the polarity of Aries, which is Libra. You also, it's in the X1 house. I hate Roman numerals. It's in the 11th house. Okay, that's what I thought. And your 11th house is in Libra, so you have beautiful friends. You're beautiful in your friends thing. You're balanced, and you're in between. Okay, if you get mad, you rather just want to waste your energy on fighting for the friendship of it, and treat them with their medicine, make them learn a lesson, because you take responsibility for it. But it's also you're afraid of confrontation. You don't want confrontation. You might not be afraid of it because you're an Aries, but you also, most Aries are well known for like one night stands and stuff like that, and they're good at quickies and stuff, and they're high tempered, and They have quick tempers, then you get the hard matter, and then they're forgiving right afterwards, like kind of. They could be very simple-minded, the Aries. They have like a short philosophy, stunted growth, like it stays at the old white tails. Like once they've figured out one development of a philosophy, it never changed, never opened any other minds of it. Just like a first stunted growth of philosophy, and it stopped growing, and then they think that they're still traveling within this same little square of philosophy is Aries kind of thing. Your Jupiter's in Cancer, so that's your philosophy, and it's in the 8th house of sex, death, and transformation. And your 8th house is in Gemini. We'll get to that after I say Mars and Libra are most likely to make you feel like you're on a date. You bond with them and flirt with them. You don't just go repulsively for a one-night stand all of a sudden. You may have one-night stands, but you'll make that partner person feel like they're your date and they're the one and they're the best you've ever had, is how they've always said that. But anyways, Jupiter in Cancer, actually in the 8th house, makes you a psychic medium. If you put effort into doing it, you can do it. Okay? It's an emotional intuition for you, and it's a multiple dimensional mental Gemini, Mercury, communicating things with your hands and everything. And your Jupiter's in Cancer, your philosophy is like all about your family, all about your home, and it's the 8th house of sex as transformation and just despair and darkness and your death house. So your luck might kill you, your family, you might die at home, lucky to die at home. You might die of lung problems, a lung accident, something, maybe even traveling in a foreign land as well, but at home in your own foreign land, because Jupiter is like expansion, higher learning, and it is traveling to foreign lands and stuff. And philosophy. Your 8th house is where you're going to die. You might have a lung problem. Okay. So, that'd be more sensitive than other people's. Your 7th house is in Taurus, which is weird because it's a polarity of the Scorpio. So, you are chaotic to other people, and everybody else is stable and they're financially secure and comfortable with a day-to-day routine, or sort of like that, but they don't like change, and you're the one all about change and just going on front and doing it. And your 9th house is in Leo. Oh, it's like kind of like all about yourself philosophy before you go to bed. You can't, and people are too scared to like wake you up when you're about to go to sleep. They'll scare you before you go to bed. You think you have to be between like the queen and the king when you go to bed. And when you wake up, you become very, very friendly and you want to know it all and more mental, and you communicate as though you're a true friend and with logic, and you're everybody's friend. When you go to bed, it's kind of like the king is going to bed. You gotta watch out. He might scratch you. And like you gotta get a little bit of attention before you go to bed. Like I think that
this season is too big for just
so your 5th house, okay, is in Aries. We said that because your sun time's there. Your 6th house is also in Taurus. Comfortable every day, making choices. You keep on attracting these people that you secretly are like, and you're a little bit more stable and comfortable and about food, and you're respectful every day and stuff like that. I guess, and like, your Uranus is in your midheaven, your 10th house. Your Pluto is in Virgo in your 10th house too. So your public image and your career and hard work and stuff has to do with unusual jobs and day-to-day routine kind of stuff, and maybe a relationship with animals and I don't know, or accountants, accounting, everybody, having everybody with their own everyday bullshit, and maybe even Pluto, sexual secret places, isolation. Pluto is stuff, and like, okay, so you're a second medium with effort because it's not supposed to be anybody. Maybe you're more psychic with your family or something. Who knows? And your Saturn is in Aries, which crumbles your ego and your how you identify and how your dad is, and he probably put you into sports too. And it's in the 4th house, so you had to basically discipline your mother or something, be your own mom's father or something. And your 12th house is in Scorpio, the spirit, the feet. Sexual fetish of the feet. Just kidding, I don't know. Your palace is in Taurus, your Ceres is in Cancer, you're everybody's mother, a mirroring, nourishing person. You know how to mother people. They come to you for a home and they feel like they're not, alone and with no family. You welcome everybody in as a family, like Eric the Little Mermaid. Your crown is in Pisces. You heal yourself through spirituality and forgiveness, and hopefully not drugs, and then delusions and spiritual compassion for yourself, and being super sweet to other people. And your Judo's in Leo. You're gonna marry somebody who's already in the spotlight, or whatever. You're looking for something like that, meeting people like that. Your Vista is in Sagittarius, so you have opportunities everywhere to travel and do your creative projects there. That every focus project is like somewhere else. And you have Fortune in your Sagittarius, Fortune, so you're making some money off traveling. Your Neptune is in the 12th house, Scorpio. Your Pluto's a Virgo, so you isolate yourself. When you're isolated, you do your chores. You analyze things. Your Lilith is in Aries in the 5th house. You do things without thinking. People walk around on eggshells around you, whether you notice it or not. And people don't do this anymore, but they do it anyways. And you become proud and arrogant about it. Woo! Because you have to do things without thinking, because no one else is going to do it. You're alone in doing this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Oops. And that's the story of Gregory Clewell.
Yes, Greg. What?
Groovy. I love the name Gregory. So funny. Okay. That's the story of That's Glory of Love. That's kind of what your astrology chart entails. And Lilith is like the rebellious person that is like, fuck you, Adam. It was Lilith is Adam's first wife, and Adam's like all like alpha male and want to take over you. And the part of you is like, you go rip out your rib cage and suck your own thingy. I'm not doing anymore, Adam. Goodbye. You don't hover over me and do this. So I gotta act like an Aries in this and be myself and rebel like an Aquarius. And you become arrogant about what you accomplish through this Lilith and Aries energy, which is great in the 5th house, conjuring all the attention and stuff and fame, which is nice. Okay, groovy, and you should exercise because, which I bet you do, because you're traveling stuff, and help you feel more or less stressed because you also have to rebel against this energy that you have inside of you and use it for good, whatever. Bad, it's kind of like bad for other people. They think that they don't want to see you be confrontational, loud, and aggressive, and cussing, and just being real, instead of being like well-mannered bullshit. But Libra, they already has that in your chart, so it's kind of a balance of both worlds you can catch. So, grooviness, there's that.